Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Soul Sacrifice presentation. Today, we will be presenting PlayStation Vita's exclusive software, Soul Sacrifice. It starts from where a player, captured by a cruel sorcerer, waiting to be given as an offering, holds a mystical tome in his hand. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Yoshida from Worldwide Studio Sony Computer Entertainment. Currently, one of the titles which the Japan studio is working extremely hard on is Soul Sacrifice. There are two notable keywords in today's presentation. The first is the title, Soul Sacrifice. The word soul obviously means soul in English, and sacrifice means sacrifice or offering in English. By combining these words, it will mean sacrificing one's soul or offering one's soul. And the question here is, how do these words represent the world and play style of this game? And the second is the phrase, as you saw in the teaser, it's not about cooperating, it's about fighting shoulder to shoulder. In the current game market, gameplay centered around players' cooperation is very popular. And however, we are intentionally using the words fighting shoulder to shoulder instead of cooperation. Fighting shoulder to shoulder, fighting together. And these words describe an important element of the game system of Soul Sacrifice and expresses a new form of users' intercommunication. And by combining PS Vita's high capability as a hardware and users' interactive communication amongst each other using the network function, a synergy will occur, and I hope it will be a content which will bring out the maximum appeal of PS Vita. And I would like to start the presentation of this title, and the presenter today is the quote-unquote conceptor of this game, Mr. Keiji Inafune. My name is Keiji Inafune from Concept. And today I have the pleasure of introducing a very new title for PS Vita. And I myself is very excited and thrilled. And to be able to present in front of you in this huge presentation to showcase this game, and it's a pleasure for me to do so. I hope we could meet your expectations and present this game to you today.
To start out, I'd like to talk about the concept of this game. So starting from the key critical element, which is concept of the game. Concept is a key instrument of all the games we develop. When concept makes sense, 80% of the game can be really a success. And rest of the 20% is how to design and architect. So the concept does play a key role. So talk about the concept. This is about the true fantasy. So what is a true fantasy? We try to probe into it and try to develop the concept. What is a fantasy? Fantasy is from the mystical world and try to put the story out of it. But what is that? What does it mean to our true story? And if we're able to depict that, I think it creates something magnificent. This is where we started. And so what is a truth? There's a sacrifice and offerings as a concept. In this world, whatever we do every day, when there's a power you want to gain, you have to pay for it. What kind of consequences as a result of the reward you want to get? So the fantasy is about many things. It means many things to different people. And there's always the element of the sacrifice, and you have to pay for it. There's a cost you have to pay to get the power you wish to gain. And that's the sheer pleasure, and that is supported by the game action, the fighting shoulder to shoulder. There's Excalibur as a movement you just saw in the clip. You sacrifice your own life, and you try to get the spine out of your body and try to use as a weapon. Excalibur, this is a common word in the fantasy world. This is a well-known term in this industry and market. What is stuck, and you try to put the sword and you can use as ammunition. That's the Excalibur. Using the Excalibur, what does it symbolize? My way of looking at Excalibur is that nobody is able to get out of that, and you have that willingness to use it. Then you have enough power to combat the enemy, the opponent, and that is together with your soul. That's a spine and organ that is representing of what you have as a sacrifice you are willing to give out. And that's the Excalibur, and that's the true sacrifice. So in this way, this is a simple way to have that sacrifice and the offering you are willing to give out. So that's an element of this game. Let's start from the story. So there's a main character. This is it's not a stylish sorcerer at all. This is a person in prison, captivated in the cell, a very weak young guy. And he's captured by the evil monster, and he's about to be offered to the object. So when you when you get to have your turn, you just have to wait anxiously, and that's the main character. In the jail cell, he finds a book. This is a book. In this book, once you open the book, there's a diary or journal in the book. As you walk through and read through the journal, you are getting to the story yourself. In the mystical world, or this is just illusion, he becomes a sorcerer himself. And he tries to fight against the evil, the monster, and the sorcerer. He has to confront against those enemies.
And in that, maybe there may be some hope in the story, so the protagonist may proceed towards hope. That is the kind. The next is in the overview of the game. First, we have the player characters. This is the player character from the book or tome, and obviously you can choose the character. Here you have different monsters. We have Harpy and Kerberos, and Duran, and Slime. These are names very familiar to those of you who love fantasy. There are various monster designs. Well, obviously there are the monster designs, but even we have those established monster designs, and if we were to reference that, it'll be the same kind of similar type of design, and it wouldn't be interesting or unique at all. So I had this discussion with the crew, and with the uniqueness of our crew members, we were able to come up with these designs with the Harpy and the Minotaur and the other monsters. And in this game, we have no concept of MP magic point. That doesn't exist. So in our game, we're wondering, we basically have sacrifice and the cost or the price you pay to acquire those powers. And if it's a small sacrifice, you gain a small power. If it's a greater sacrifice, you get more powerful magic. And earlier I showed you the Excalibur. That's like the biggest sacrifice or offering you could give. It's basically giving up your life to gain that power. So if you were to sacrifice your own life, if you are able to do that, you are also able to give your comrade or your team members' life as well. And that could mean you might be betraying your quest member's life. So this is the type of sacrifices one gives to fight these monsters. With the price you pay, there's always cost. And basically, if you are sacrificing basically your physical parts of your body, or there comes consequences.
So at this time around, I've been giving you the overview, a sneak peek of this game, and you want to see how that moves. And I'm sure you have the excitement, so I'd like to show you how far we have come. So please take a look. And he actually gets activated. So there's the magic. And using the tree, there's a blast against the earth soil. And there's a tiny, you have the blood as a sacrifice, as an offering. And here you beat the enemy, and whether you want to rescue or not, and you get to decide. If you want to make it as offering, you get something in return, or if you want to make it relieved, you get also something in return instead. So this is what the settings are and mechanics, and you can customize as the setting. So how are we doing so far? As you get to see, this is sorcerer, but sorcerer is amazingly quick in moving, has a lot of traction. So this is how it has been done. So this is what we've been working so hard with a lot of passions, energies for soul sacrifice. So there's a sacrifice and offering as a theme and subject, and we try to develop the sorcerer to proceed on battles. The fantasy as a concept, this is a true novel concept for the fantasy, and we try to develop the game on its own term. I think the game is about to be something truly creative and wonderful, more than what you can ever imagine or expect.